I still can't believe I'm alive. I thought I would draw my last breath in the fetid air of Mount Gundabad. Mind you, I'm not complaining.
Tell me of your father, Gorin. Is he a king?
King? Oh, no. He is merely the Lord of Nordabad. We acknowledge Dane Ironfoot as the rightful king of the Longbeards. Not that he has any idea of our existence.
Someday you may be Lord of Nordabad. Will you seek a reunion with your sundered kin when that day comes?
Secrecy has always preserved us here before, but it can't do so for much longer. We are a dwindling folk, and this war has only made that worse. Nordabad is precious, but I see little point in leaving it empty. If we survive the days ahead, we will seek out our kin. My father sees the need for this as well. Were it not so, I wouldn't have dared bring you and your friends to our hidden halls.
What can you tell me of Bruni, the other dwarf who survived Mount Gundabad?
Bruni's the captain of our guard, the terror to the orcs of these mountains. He's been my father's best friend since long before I was born, and he taught me how to wield an axe, and what it means to serve.
It sounds as if you have traveled in Mirkwood before.
I've been around it a lot more than in it, and that suits me just fine. I don't care for that wood. Don't know how anyone could. But I've often traveled to the eaves of the forest to trade with the Bjornings who live thereabout. It was on such a trading venture that I happened to meet Radagast.
Who are these people, the Bjornings?
A hardy folk, and brave, as any who dwell between Mirkwood and the Misty Mountains would need to be. Under their chieftain, Grimbjorn, they've kept the mountain passes and river crossings open, even in these troubled times. But I've heard rumors of war on their borders of late. The high passes may now be closed, at least to those without the benefit of eagle wings.
Can you tell me more of Radagast?
He's an unusual sort. Friend to all beasts and birds. To be honest, I don't think he cares much for dwarves. But maybe he just prefers the company of animals. One thing's certain, there are few people with more knowledge of this part of the world. He even spoke of Nordabad as if it were common knowledge. It's not that I doubt your courage and skill, and I'd be mighty glad to no longer have a dragon as a neighbor. But truthfully, I wonder if anyone can overcome such a beast. I just hope your luck proves equal to your daring.
What will you and your people do now?
I'm afraid we're all out of tricks to play. All we can do is prepare our defenses, hunker down and wait for whatever the winds of war might blow our way.
I wish you good fortune, whatever may befall. Farewell, Audrey. never thought to find such comforts within walls of cold stone.
I can't believe what I've heard. You're actually setting out to find a dragon? We spent many long years trying not to be found by one. Ah, but then the three of you did walk into Mount Gundabad alone, and you lived to tell the tale. So if anyone has a chance against Urgost, it might be you. Ordinarily, I'd be dead set against riling up a dragon. It seems Agendaur has already done that. So I'll just wish you luck, and let it go at that.
What about you here? Do you believe Nordenbad will be safe after what we accomplished at Mount Gundabad?
We killed hundreds of orcs when the roof came down at Gundabad. Maybe thousands if we're lucky. That's all the fewer to march against us here. But that just means we went from certain defeat to likely defeat. If the dragon joins up with Agendaur, we're right back at certain again.
Do you believe it would be better if we did not seek out the dragon?
Who can say? It's more you I'm worried about than us here. Bold you may be, but dragons are dragons.
Dragons have been overcome before. It is better we face him now, on our terms, rather than waiting for him to attack our homes. Farewell, Bruni.
Mirkwood is a place I prefer to fly over, not into, but we are ready.
We must hope Radagast can tell us where to find Urgost. Have you ever faced a dragon before?
No. That is a risk I have gladly avoided. One does not willingly seek out a dragon, unless there is no choice.
Do you fear dragons?
Only a fool would not fear a dragon. If Urgost has survived this long, he must be full of the guile and cunning of his kind, abominations that they are. And this will make him even more dangerous. But that changes nothing. If we must prevent his alliance with Agendaur, then fear must be set aside and the dragon found. We should follow Goran's advice and seek Urgost's whereabouts from Radagast.
I thought it a rare thing that you offered your aid to us, and hardly expected two more rebels to do the same. What can you tell me of them?
Armanel is a seasoned warrior. He knows full well what he faces, and accepts it gladly. Baron Thor is young, and eager to prove himself. But you need not take my word. Ask them yourself. They will gladly speak with you.
What if it is too late to stop Agendaur? I may be needed more urgently in Imladris if he should strike before we can find him.
There is great power in Imladris, enough to withstand this threat for a time. If you remained, you would be but one of many in a larger fight with little hope at the end. For even Imladris must fall if Urgost joins with the enemy. Trust in the wisdom of Elrond. He has set you a task that he believes you can achieve. Together, we will do what must be done to bring down Agendaur. Only then will your home and our areas be safe.
You speak wisely, Belleron. Forgive my doubts. Whatever end awaits us, we will meet it together.
You have but to say the word, and we will press on.
You know Radagast well.
The Brown Wizard has been a close friend of the Eagles since he first came to Middle-earth and settled into the forest that is now called Mirkwood, even before it came to have that dark name. That was long before I was born, but I have visited with him many times in his home at Rosgobel when I would bring him news from afar. But I have not seen him since he abandoned Rosgobel.
Radagast lived there for centuries. Why would he abandon it?
He was gone from his home before I could ask. But there has been a growing threat and darkness in the south of Mirkwood. I believe Rosgobel is no longer safe, even for a wizard. But fear not. I know Radagast's favored places in the north of Mirkwood. We will find him, or I will bring you to a place you are likely to find him at the very least.
Then we must travel to Mirkwood.
We will be ready. Seeking the wizard. No one can help him now. And no one can help you. Well done, my friends. That one will spread his veil of lies no more. Yet I fear this was no chance meeting. If Wolfram was here, it could mean trouble for Radagast. You should
The sorcerer said something about a wizard.
He must have meant Radagast.
But why would Agandaur send his minions after Radagast?
The Brown Wizard concerns himself little with the outside world. Yet he has worked against Sauron in the past. Perhaps Agandaur merely wishes to settle an old score, but it seems more likely he seeks to prevent Radagast from aiding his enemies. We should find him.
This could mean Agandaur guessed our plan and has struck first.
If so, Radagast may be in grave danger.
How far are we from the wizard's dwelling?
It is difficult to say for certain. Even the eyes of an eagle cannot pierce the interwoven boughs of Mirkwood, and clearings are few in this wood.
What manner of creature is this you have defeated? What a foul stench it has!
Who can say? Some beast from an older world, maybe. Bred and twisted by the Dark Lord to serve his most trusted servants.
Never have I seen a wood so dense and forbidding. What can we expect to find here?
I cannot say for certain. Mirkwood is no place for my kind. We can soar over the Great Wood, but its secrets remain hidden beneath the trees. The forest has an evil reputation, however. Be on your guard as you search for Radagast.
We will find him, but what about you? Are you hurt?
The beast did its damage, but not enough to keep me from the air. I will be fully recovered soon enough.
We will continue the search on foot. Should we look for you here once we have found him?
No, I must find my companions. They are probably worried about me. Together, we will keep watch from above. Radagast has many friends among the birds of Mirkwood. If you find him, he can send a message to us easily enough.
Very well. Good luck, Balaram.
I don't like the look of this Mirkwood. I wish our path would have led us elsewhere.
Why would Radagast choose to make his home in such a place?
They say that Mirkwood was not always like this. It was fair enough before the shadow of the Dark Lord fell over it.
That shadow lies here still. There are evil creatures in this wood. Be on your guard. Look, there!
Warg!
That's done it. Now the whole forest knows we're here.
Let's go. The warg that one hears is worse than the orc that one fears.
True, but where the warg howls, there also the orc prowls. I will take this. Just what I needed. Here is something I can make use of. An encampment of orcs!
Be watchful. The wargs have given away our presence.
I don't like this. Keep your eyes open.
Up there! An archer!
It's an ambush!
They seek cover in the undergrowth.
We need cover from their arrows! They're charging!
You're no match for me!
More time! I must wait.
if you can take me!
This is just what I needed. Here is something I can make use of. I have a good use for this. This will prove useful. The very thing I need. Let me gather this. Just what I needed. This has the power to heal. This bloom is beautiful. And useful as well. What are these things?
They look like eggs. Insect eggs, maybe.
But so many. And so large.
Troll, be careful! Here, my friends, gather to this healing love! I cannot do that yet. Not yet. Beware, spiders!
Do you fear to face a dwarf?
A lesson believer! This will prove useful. I will take this.
Giant spiders!
I need more time.
Let's see if you can
Do
take
that
me!
yet. That must wait. I must wait. Not yet. I cannot do that yet. I must wait. This bloom is beautiful and useful as well. have a good use for this. This has the power to heal. Let me gather this.
Do you fear to face a dwarf?
Not yet! That must wait! Not yet.
Let's see if you can take me!
We must be nearing Radagast's home. Ah, the very thing I need.
Enemy archers! On the high ground!
Must be Radagast's home.
It looks peaceful enough.
Then what did the sorcerer mean when he said we were too late?
Perhaps he was only trying to discourage us.
Come on, you faint-hearted scum!
That's
Radagast! Are you here?
No match for me!
That must wait.
Radagast! Are you here?
Let's see if you can take me!
Cannot do that yet. That must wait.
Over there. Is that a staff on the ground?
These woods are thick with the Uruk-hai.
Listen, they're all around us. On the hunt for something.
We must find him before the orcs do.
Fight me if you dare!
We need more time. Enter the sphere of light and be healed. Not enough power.
Let's see if you can take me!
of power. Not yet.
Do you fear to face a dwarf?
We'll need to work together.
Take refuge here. I will shield us from their arrows and bolts. That must wait. Do that yet. Wait. Cannot do that yet.
There are many spider tracks leading deeper into the woods. It appears as if they were dragging something. I fear it could be Radagast, but whether he was living or dead, I cannot say.
a good use for this. Bloom is beautiful, and useful as well. Something I can make use of.
I thank you for my life, friends. I had abandoned all hope before you appeared. I am Glohirin, an elf of the woodland realm. It is our custom to be wary of strangers, yet I have never been happier to see unfamiliar faces.
Is it unusual to find so many orcs in this part of the wood?
Orcs can be found throughout Mirkwood, save where my people's realm is maintained. Yet never have I seen so many in this part of the wood. There are separate tribes and companies present as well. Some have come from the Grey Mountains to the north, but there are also large and savage Uruks out of Dol Guldur, far to the south. The enemy prepares to make war in earnest. This bodes ill for the woodland realm.
I did not expect to meet any of my sylvan kin. Are we near then to your home?
No. The woodland realm lays many days' travel to the east.
I am Andriel of Imladris, and these with me are Farin and Eridan. I am pleased to have been of service to one of my woodland kin. But how was it you came to such a pass?
I am one of King Thranduil's wardens. My companion Galron and I were tasked with scouting this portion of the wood. We found enemies gathering here, but for what purpose we could not tell. We thought to consult with Radagast the Brown, who dwells nearby, but we found the danger grew greater as we approached his home. But what of you? How is it you three are here in Mirkwood?
We also seek Radagast, but I fear he has come to some harm.
Elf, man, and dwarf seeking a wizard. There is a story here to be sure, but we have no time for tales now. Radagast is likely in grave danger, and so too my friend Galron.
Where is Galron?
Alas, I cannot say. We came upon a band of orcs, and while we battled them, spiders began to cast down their lines from the trees above. I was entangled, and the orcs bore me away. I can only hope that Galron escaped a similar fate. Orcs and spiders working together in this manner bodes ill for my people, and more so for Galron. I must find him.
Mirkwood is well known as the haunt of spiders, but I had not heard they were allied with the orcs.
Orcs and spiders are constant foes of my people, but rarely have we contended with both at once. I fear the enemy has made alliance with the Spider Queen Sinatra, who is rumored to dwell deep within the mountains of Mirkwood.
We will help you look for Galron. something I can make use of.
I see movement in the trees.
Let's see if you can take me!
Yet.
Push on through this marsh.
Ah, the very thing I need. I will take this. Let me gather this. This is just what I needed. This has the power to heal. Let me gather this. No enemy missiles can pierce this shield. Cannot do that yet. That must wait. I must wait. Cannot do that yet.
Let's see if you can take me!
I must wait. I need more time. Here, to me if you need healing. I must wait. Not yet.
You're no match for me!
These webs are arranged for defense. We are nearing the spider's lair.
Guys.
Are you here to buy some?
The trail leads down there. I'm sure of it.
The wizard!
The wizard? No, no, my dears. That is food. He says the wizard must die. Take him and devour him, he commands. And so I shall. But not yet. Not yet. Let him hang a bit first. Let him await my pleasure. But the wizard alone is barely a meal for one such as myself. Now four is a face.
Enter the sphere of light and be healed!
Do you fear to face a dwarf?
I cannot do that yet. must wait. That must wait.
I need a little help! Help me!
I must wait. I cannot do that yet. That must wait.
Carefully. Let him down slowly now.
He yet lives.
Aye, and he's coming around.
Radagast, are you well?
Oh, what a thoroughly unpleasant experience. I shall have more pity for flies in the future.
There was a powerful force here, and it is clear that you were their target. Why does the enemy hunt you?
The enemy never needs a reason to kill and destroy. But if I were to hazard a guess why they were after me in particular, I would say it is because of my talent for gathering and sending news quickly.
That could mean they are planning attacks against our nearby allies.
That's bad news for the Bjornings and the Wood Elves. Maybe we should try to warn them.
Oh, you needn't concern yourself with that. As I said, I have a talent for such things. I will make sure our friends are warned. It's the neighborly thing to do, after all.
I had heard Mirkwood was home to many spiders, but I never expected this. Are there more of her kind in this wood?
I certainly hope not. This was the Spider Queen, Senathra. I've heard many fearful tales of her from my friends among the forest creatures, but I've never before had the misfortune of encountering her. I'm rather surprised to find her here. By all accounts, she kept her lair in the craggy mountains near Dol Guldur, far to the south.
Dol Guldur was a stronghold of the enemy in the past. What can you tell me of it?
It's a terrible place. A fortress built upon a bare hill in the south of the forest. Of old, the Dark Lord himself dwelt there. He was driven out some years past, but it seems that evil has returned once more to Dol Guldur. I am told that fell creatures of many sorts are gathering there. Roscobel, my usual home, lies a little too close to Dol Guldur for comfort, so I came here. I have several such retreats. You can never be too prepared, living in Mirkwood and all. But, do I know you?
No, Radagast, but you do know me.
Ah, young Bellerum. It's a pleasure to see you. So you are a part of this little party too? It's quite a mixed bag, really. I don't see elves, dwarves, and men rubbing elbows often, especially not in Mirkwood. Now add an eagle as well. This is turning out to be a rather extraordinary day, really, all things considered.
I am just glad we came in time. My friends and I have a mission, and we came seeking your aid.
We must find the dragon Urgost, who dwells in the Grey Mountains.
But we don't have a lot of time to spend looking.
We were told you might be able to help us find him.
You wish to find a dragon? Oh dear, is that really wise?
Wise or not, that is our mission. Do you know where the dragon dwells?
Well, he's a dragon, so I would say the Grey Mountains.
Yes, that we know. But do you know where in the Grey Mountains?
I haven't the foggiest notion, really.
It seems we were misinformed.
Ah, now, not so fast. I may not know where Urgos dwells, but I just might be able to find out. But I would need my staff for that, and I seem to have mislaid it somewhere.
We found your staff and brought it along with us. I knew you would have need of it once we found you.
Ah, excellent. Aren't you the clever one? Crafty as a fox in your own fashion, too, I can tell. I'm grateful to you. Well then, let's see what we can find out, shall we? My friends might know a thing or two. Do you have news for me, little one? Ah. I see, yes. Oh, yes, indeed. Very brave of you. Well done, my friend. And there you have it.
Perhaps you could explain further for those of us who do not speak the language of swallows.
Oh, you don't? Quite a pity, really. They're rather pleasant little fellows. Always something nice to say.
Well, what did this one have to say?
Quite a bit, actually. Here, let me show you.
Have you considered my offer?
You bargain with what you do not possess, man of the South.
I will have your price soon enough. Think carefully before you spurn this offer, dragon. As mighty as you are, you would do well not to offend my master.
I did not say I refused. Only that you must first achieve my reward before you can give it.
Ah, formality. I go now to take your price, but I will leave men behind to await your answer. Consider well, but not too long.
My time and my thoughts are my own to spend.
For now.
Sinatra is no more. That was a feat worthy of heroes of the elder days. I am honored to have witnessed it.
What of the missing Galron? Were you able to find him?
Sadly, I was unable to save Galron. I discovered he fell in the same battle in which I was captured. I recovered his war gear from the orcs, and I wish you to have it. Galron would be pleased to know it was still being used to fight the enemy. I must hasten home to inform my lord of everything that I've learned here. I shall pause only long enough to consult with Radagast. Farewell, Lady of Imladris.
Oh, still here? I thought you were off to find a dragon.
There was a powerful force here, and it is clear that you were their target. Why does the enemy hunt you?
The enemy never needs a reason to kill and
I had heard Mirkwood was home to many spiders.
I'm rather
Dol Guldur was a stronghold of the enemy in the past. What can you tell me of it?
It's a terrible place. A fortress built upon a bare hill in the south of the forest. Of old, the Dark Lord himself dwelt there. He was driven out some years past, but it seems that evil has returned once more to Dol Guldur. I am told that fell creatures of many sorts are gathering there.
What can you tell me of the creature we seek?
The dragon? I believe you'll find dragons have three things in abundance: strength, cunning, and greed. You'd be wise not to underestimate Urgost when it comes to any of these. I really rather wish you weren't set on finding the dragon. You seem like such nice people.
These woods are filled with enemies. Are you certain you can find your way to safety?
Don't concern yourself with that. I've lived in Mirkwood for a very long time. I won't be caught off guard again.
Where will you go from here, Radagast?
Perhaps I will visit my friends in the Wood Elf realm. Or I might drop in on a few folks I know among the Bjornings. There's even a very nice family of badgers that might take me in. I will have to give it some thought.
Your pardon, you said badgers?
Yes, indeed. Oh, I know what you're thinking. How can anyone get along with a group of grumpy old badgers? It's true, they're not as amiable as foxes, but they're really quite agreeable once you get to know them.
I am certain you are correct. Good luck to you, wherever you may travel.
We are very close to the dragon's lair, and must now go more cautiously. If Orgost was to catch us airborne, he might lay us low with a single blast of dragon fire. It is best you proceed on foot, while we shadow you from above.
I see the ruins of mighty works in the surrounding cliffs. Who delved these halls?
I can answer that. What you see are all that remains of the mansions of my kin, the Longbeards. Once, there was a mighty host of dwarves living in these mountains, before the dragons came from the northern wastes to plunder our homes. Ah, to have seen these realms in the days of their glory. Seems we're always fated to lose the fruits of our labor.
You believe Urgos to be a fire drake?
Even if he proves to be one of the fireless cold drakes, he will still be a terrible foe. Yet I fear we will find Urgost is no cold drake.
Do you believe Urgost will be on guard against intruders?
I hope it is not so. But the keen senses of dragons are legendary. I fear he will see, hear, or smell us long before we can come to grips with him. Still, if Agendar's minions are hereabouts, it may be that their presence will mask our own.
You believe Urgos to be a fire drake?
Even if he proves to be one of the fireless cold drakes, he will...
Then let us delay no longer. Onward, as swiftly as we may.